Just leave it here for right now. All right. Hey guys, me again, finally back with another live stream. If we take a look really quick, let's find out when the last one was. Five months ago was our very last live stream. So it's been just about half a year for building Lego guns, I should say. So first thing I'm gonna do to kick it off is rep my quote unquote official drink sponsor of the channel, which is Mountain Dew by the PepsiCo company. They don't actually give money to the channel. They don't actually represent me, but it's definitely one of my favorite sodas of all time. Probably the only soda that I will continue to drink on a pretty regular basis. Dark sodas mess with my stomach a little too much, so that's Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, stuff like that. I don't really drink too much. But I will go ahead and I'll crack open this Mountain Dew. It's going to be pretty loud, so just kind of watch yourself. I've basically already made an AK-74 by making the entirety of the AK-100 series, so no is the answer to that. Oh, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. So we're going to set that off to the side. So, I didn't really come in to stream too much today with much of a plan. We could dig through a couple old things and find something to do, or make something up as we go. We had... It's not here. It must be in this one then. Yeah, so making AKs are really nice out of Lego because it just takes a couple of parts to really change them to something else. So it's pretty nice. What did I open this for? What did I come in here for? Oh, thermal is what that is. Just a little curious why I had another M200 from Modern Warfare 2 sitting in here. This right here is a bullpup chassis for the RPK that I built. But then when I realized what I was basically doing, it was basically just extending the front of this chassis out further so that it's a little bit longer, but it doesn't really actually change much of the overall look to like show that this is an RPK at this point. So it doesn't really do too much. Okay, I'll open. Into spikes. The only other bullpup kit, because I was kind of thinking about doing like another bullpup RPK. The problem is, like, Same thing here. Like this is an AK-103 in the SRU kit. And the problem here is that it would basically just be an elongated front end on the front of this. It wouldn't really do much to change much about this. Do you have a favorite Lego model that I have? Like a Lego gun specifically, or like a Lego set? If we're talking guns, it's going to sound super crazy because it is exceptionally old for like my standards. Oh man, lighting test, I think is what I labeled it as. Oh, I just saw it. Where was it? I could have sworn I just read it. I guess not. I guess it isn't in here. My CUDA, which is, like I said, super old. We're talking 2016, 2017? What is it at? Let's go 22. CUDA, light display, here you go. Show you. 2015, 2016 era of the channel, probably more like 2017 in all honesty. I honestly, I forget the year, but still by far one of my favorite weapons that I've built for the channel. This is actually the current channel banner that we have. Actually, so I put it on this display at this angle that you see here, and then put this whole light bar up here, and then used Studio 2.0's feature to make this chrome metallic here to reflect light, and then placed yellow transparent pieces to get this to direct light downwards. And if we should be able to actually see the rendered image for this. Light display. I think I liked the first one better, but this is pretty much what the rendered image came out to be. Actually, I really like. I like the first one better because I got the angle correct. Because you can see it looks more like a solid line of lights and not broken up like it was in the previous one. But I'm so proud of the CUDA that it's been the channel banner basically ever since I created it. It's been around for quite some time. I think this nails just the right amount of traditional brick built building and studs not on top to get just the good angles, basically, just to get it as close to as game accurate as possible. This is, as far as I'm aware, the first gun that I did the whole blackout attachment system for, where we went through and we made all the attachments from in-game and gave it the gold camouflage for the quote-unquote God mode, where like if you were playing the game, you could throw every attachment on it. And then I came back through and I did like the dark matter camouflage with all of the mongoose attachments for it, which are basically just reskins of the attachments from the black market from the game. So I've talked at length extensively about the Black Ops 3 attachment system, as it's one of my favorite attachment systems from any other Call of Duties. This is probably, I'm trying to think of what came after Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was probably the last game that I put a lot of effort into playing pretty continuously, because I wanted to unlock as many of the attachments as possible for weapons inside the game, because to me, it was just awesome to have the ability to come back through and build these attachments that really changed the overall look of the gun. It was just, it's nice to be able to do that. For LMG. Excuse me. It was a really good game. I really liked Black Ops 3. I thought it nailed the correct balance between movement mechanics and gunplay, wall running. I really liked the fact that we had the ability to change the look of the gun with every single attachment that you put on it. You know, so how many times like have you played, for instance, Black Ops 2, you put a stock on a weapon and it never changed the way that the stock looked. It was just, yeah, you gain better movement speed while ADSing, basically. There was no physical change in the weapon model itself. And obviously we've seen that kind of stuff change as of late with like Modern Warfare 2018 comes to mind, where basically every single attachment in the game has a different variant to it, but we've seen that it's now been a little bit more lazy in that basically one attachment looks the same way on every single gun. It doesn't change or get individual for each and every single weapon, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, I've been around ever since, man, the original Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4. That was the first one that really introduced me to the Call of Duty franchise. Before that, I've played a lot of Medal of Honor, specifically Medal of Honor Rising Sun. That's, whew, man, I played the crap out of that game. Actually, I didn't really play a lot of Call of Duty World War, so I don't really do too much of that, which I'm kind of happy about because the game had a lot of baloney to it, as best as I can remember. You know, dogs back in the day, oof, used to be pretty bad. Let's see if we can find an old rifle that we haven't updated. So we've done the 1903. We've technically done the BAR in the form of the H car. We're going to skip that. We've technically done the GUR 88. We're skipping the G3. This isn't really anything. I don't think we've done an updated version of the M1 Garand, but I think if we were, it would be the MX Garand from Black Ops 3. We've done plenty of M14 stuff. I think this is 6 modes in Nagant. Yeah, this is 6 modes in Nagant, so we're not going to touch that, and we've already updated the 1917, so we've done plenty of stuff from there. Well, DMR-wise. Same, what is this? Oh, same thing here. We've done plenty of updates for DMRs like that. Let's go back to 2021. Oh man, we've never finished the Desert Tech HTI. I have its magazine here loaded with slap rounds. because this was before Scott had his huge accident. Has a beautiful magazine to load into a gun that I've never made. It's crazy. Man, I would love to go back and finish that one of these days. Oh, you know what we could do is the Call of Duty Ghosts. COD Ghosts M9A3, I think is what the Ghosts had. And then we need to find Reddit. Interesting. Let's just do COD Ghost IMFDB. And we'll go here. We'll just use this. Hey, stop motion. IMFDB is like the greatest source of anything ever. Oh, is it M9A1? Oops. Alright, common starting weapon. In single players, standard setup for use for is always shown with tritium illuminated sights and accessory rail in front of the rear sight in a mounted in-force APL flashlight that has no in-game function. In extinction mode, it is incorrectly shown firing in bursts. Has an incorrect 12-round magazine by default, which is possible on the 40 Smith & Wesson Beretta 96 instead. The extended magazine attachment and the extinction variant give a somewhat correct 18-round capacity. 18-round magazines do exist for the 92 series, but they are visibly larger than the one seen in the game. Top rail serves no purpose since the M9A1 has no ability to subset attachments in game. So, that said, I think this would be a pretty quick gun to do. File open. This is outdated. We should have a new Beretta model. Yeah, so we've got our pick here at the Cutlass or the Hush Puppy. Yeah, the Cutlass is going to be long because it's longer. Revy's pistols from Black Lagoon, for anyone who is curious. We're going to open up. Oh, I know what's been updated. It's in 2021. 92X Performance. Version 1. This one has been updated to the proper part. So the reason I came here to IMFDB, for those of you who are curious, is for this blurb right here. Because most of the time in this little blurb, it explains the small little differences in the game that like I kind of actually really need to know. So for me, it was this part right here, an in-force APL flashlight, because sometimes you see like this image right here and you don't really have much to go off of to make it. But the good news is, since I know the brand, I can look up enforce APL flashlight. I can press enter. And then we can hit images. And this is such, that's so weird because it looks nothing like that. We take a look at this again. Let's go here. And zoom in on this, right? Like, okay, so this body, right? The body makes a decent amount of sense. I'm not too mad about the body. But what I am mad about is, like you can see here, this is pretty, like you have the studded kind of look to it so that you can take it off easier. Like you have thumb grips basically on it. But it's nowhere near as bulky as this is making it out to be. So this is kind of a weird little vibe going on with it. But that's all right. Yeah, so we'll be basically using what is this? Why is this highlighted in blue? Ah, I see. So we'll open this image in a new tab as well. And zoom in on this. So we see here that it's the tritium sights, so that they've got a green glow to them. We'll go ahead and open this image as well. Yeah, both that image and this one have like terrible quality. So I think if we do it like that, yeah, so we get 800 pixels instead of 600. So we're gonna do that really quick here. All right, so first things first, we're gonna go here and we're gonna work on some basic cosmetic changes to the base pistol itself. So first things first, barrel's good. Front sight, we're gonna go with translucent bright green, and then the rear sights are gonna be, so I need circles technically. So to get circles, what can we do? I might just cheat on this one because my philosophy for building things has changed. I might just put that there and then do just a straight up. Place this here, place this here, place this here. Grab this, place this here, delete that, and now finagle our way in there. We multi-select here, here, here. moving all of this on that same axis to here, and then taking and directing this at a 90-degree angle using this piece. Like so. And now taking and using this piece, same thing, it's at an angle so it's on the same axis. And placing that right about there. Delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that. Switch to bright green. Tritium sights. Let's pull that. So obviously I know that those aren't connected to anything, but that's all right. I've switched philosophy for doing this 100%, so that it's not going to bother me. Next step, delete this, that, this, 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 and this, and replace it with a 4 and a 4. And then the same thing on this side, because I've changed philosophy, man. I don't really care about things being legal. At this point, my models are becoming digital anyways. Like there's just, I would never be able to afford this. Buying this many Legos in real life would be crazy of me to do. So because of that, I'm not too concerned about doing what I'm currently doing. I'm going to delete that out, or delete this out, because we need to switch back to the slide mounted form of, which one calls it? Hammer is the older style. Which kind of sucks because we spent a lot of time on that. Alright, good luck, buddy. Alright, so we'll grab that. Next step is this rail system here. It's going to be 1, 3, 3, 3. We're going to go ahead and cheat on this one as well. What we're going to do is take and build this up. So, place our 1x1s in. Place down our 1x3s. Delete out the supporting pieces that all of this sat on. Grab all of this and move it here, like so. And that'll leave the side base open and give us the rail to the top section here, like so. And then I think we actually might replace this front end with something else, probably something more like this. Just to give a better look of transition between this and this. For slide mounted safety, delete out this, delete out this. We're going to come through and switch to metallized silver, I think is what this color is, silver metallic, which is one over from metallized silver. We're going to grab the turntable piece. We're going to place the turntable piece here and here. Then we're going to grab this, place this here, and place one on the other side here. We are then going to, wait, where did, realize it went on the inside of that. Place that there. Then I'm going to grab black as a color. Place our first little bit of turntable here. Second little bit of turntable here. We'll then grab the extension that sticks out like so. That way it can cover up the red like it's supposed to when being used. To fill this in, we're actually going to use a circle because when you flip this down, it doesn't collide with that. So next step is basically filling in the rest of the circle with these parts to smooth it out, make it look nice and pretty. And boom, we have our slide mounted decocker, I think is what it is, though I'm not entirely too sure. Alright, so with that in place, looks like there's a different style of grip on this, but there's not much. Yeah, I don't know why I kept going. It looks like there's a custom grip wrap on this. Let's go back here. Let's go COD Ghosts M9A1. There is a grip wrap on it. Yeah, you can see some of these other pictures in here that we have of what appears to be some people cosplaying. Like this looks like an airsoft cosplay, or potentially a real steel one. A few 3D models in here. Yeah, so man, that kind of sucks to have to try to do all of that. So grip wrap wise, can we get... Yeah, airsoft. This is an airsoft one. This is a really pretty reproduction though. Like I really like this look here. Wow, that's whew, impeccable. So you can see it's got the wrap here. Side mounted decocker safety. And the flashlight up here. So this wraps around the panel, which we do have here. We would just have to put another plate layer on top of it and then try to get this to somehow magically line up in a very pretty way. So that's a lot of work. And then we have this flashlight that we also need to make up here. So we're going to go ahead and save this as desktop. Beretta M9A1 from COD Ghosts. And then we're going to say WIP version 1. So we're going to go ahead and stop there. We've only been going for 35 minutes, which is pretty short for a stream, and obviously we haven't done a whole bunch other than a couple cosmetic changes here and there, but I do need to go pick up my wife from her mom's house, so since we only have one car, I can't just leave her there all night, so I will have to drive up to get her, which means I will have to unfortunately end the stream here. So thank you guys for coming out and watching. See you guys later in another YouTube video another time. See you later.